Hey guys, it's Viewmasters Reactions, and we're back with episode 15 of Delicious in Dungeon. It's coming on in about 2 minutes. We have about 2 minutes. Last we got episode 14, The Sea Serpent. It was a great episode, but it was a lot of recapping by Kabru, who we hadn't seen in a bit, and he ends up being quite the genius. He's piecing everything together. He knew of Fallon and Laios. He understood what was going on. He did, well, I don't know if you could quite say that. He did deduce and piece together everything quite nicely. He was like, well, this guy did this and this guy did that. And he said something about Laios and Fallon not being as good as they seem, kind of being shysters, more or less stealing money or swindling money from people. I got to assume he's wrong about that, and we'll probably all group up at some point. But Shuro came in at the end of the episode. Tade is somebody on Shuro's team. I actually went back and rewatched the episode right before this because I wanted to recap myself and I love the show so much. But Tade had like horns. I don't know if I realized it the first time, but I was like, she's jacked, man. She's like this massive character, but she had some sort of like horns, but not even horns. It looked like flesh that were pointy, like almost like ears coming off the top of her head, and she was way bigger than the other people. We didn't get all the names of Shuro's crew, but we did find out more about him from Kabru, how he was saying Shuro was testing his strengths in the dungeon, and he's one of the most badass guys there is. He also seems like he's one of the most honorable of everybody we're dealing with. We also talked about Namare and Tansu, and there's also the group of guys that we murdered because they were murderous assholes trying to get cadavers to get money and stuff like that. There's another group I'm missing too. Well, there's also the Mad Mage. There's Fallon somewhere as a dragon. There's just so much going on. There are so many groups now. I'm hoping we all come together as one 15-member group, because between Kabru and Namari's group with Tansu and Shuro and us, because the way the episode ended was we were going from dead end to dead end and didn't quite know where to go or what to do. So I have to assume the reason we recapped everything and brought everyone together was because we're going to run into those people. But Kabru and company, we're going to go back up to the surface, I think, but so are we. I feel like we're all going to come together, like I said, even though I've probably said that 5 times, but it is probably on now. It is 9:30. We have found out that is the sweet spot to watch this, so let's reload. Episode 15 should be there. And there it is. And there is at episode 16. What does it say? Druid? Dryad? And a Cockatrice? I don't know if I'm reading that right. I think it's Dryad and a Cockatrice. We also got a new intro last episode. I said it was like the halfway point. New episode. Dead ends.
Another earthquake?
The dungeon is moving and changing its shape.
We'll be wandering around this place in circles till we die?
Give a little more scream.
I've gotta get a bit reckless.
Wait here. I love Chilchuck. In the beginning, I was a little hesitant. Oh, there's... And then he just shit himself on the wall.
Looks like climbing the wall might not be such a great idea.
Was that I'm jumping the gun.
Anyone else is getting this.
That probably wasn't Dragon Fallon.
With the red dragon dead, the monsters hiding from
What was
their
that?
surfacing.
Am I crazy? Didn't I just see a red dragon?
Avoiding them was sheer good luck.
Laios just crushed.
You guys all right?
The youngins must be fed, and I have to feed them.
All right.
Wherever flowers are blooming, there's sure to be some water.
I've seen it before where you don't need water, but it's like 1 in a million. Naked girls. Groups of naked girls. It's my favorite guard.
Don't look!
Oh god, they're...
Get back, Senshi!
Oh my god. What is this all about?
These things aren't humans. They're Dryad.
It's not dust at all.
Pollen.
Once inhaled, these microparticles cling to the respiratory system's mucous membrane, then activates its immune system and
my God.
quickly tries to dispel them. It's hay fever.
It's pollen.
Dryad's pollen? No way!
I used to have horrible hay fever.
My eyes! On my signal, I want you to swing that sword behind you.
Ready?
Swing!
Attack. She looked like she had a pumpkin head.
My
It's
eyes
like
are suddenly
gorgeous
getting
hot
itchy.
women making out with each other.
Reason is...
And they attack you with pollen. Look how maniacal they look.
Senshi!
No! I'm gonna need you to be my eyes!
How? I can't
Be
see
my
anything!
eyes.
Sound. Senshi's sneezing is too loud. I can't trust my sights. The wind! Get out your sneeze and move to your back right!
right. Look at his face. We just decapitated
Kensuke.
a flower girl.
I need to repair it and feed it some mana quickly or it'll die.
We were almost just murdered by 3 lesbian flower girls.
It's hilarious.
You guys fought against Dryad flowers?
Really,
That
Marcel?
must have been rough.
Dryads are unisexual. Oh, hang on a minute.
Unisexual.
He's doing it again.
Found some!
Pumpkin heads.
Beautiful Dryad. I didn't see a lick of pollen come out of this last Dryad I cut down.
Before pollination, flowers care for and protect the other fruit.
Hey, this thing kind of looks like fruit too.
Hey, good find.
Don't
Let's grab
do
a
it.
few.
Why do I feel like that's wrong? I feel like this is a trick.
Pluck too many of them.
Whoa, there are mandrakes growing here.
Mandrakes.
There's no dog around, so we'll just have to chop off their head.
Mandrake episode back in the
Pretty
beginning.
good harvest, if I say so myself. Put the chopped ingredients
I'll
into
eat
a
that
pot
once
with
you chop
water and
the head
bring
off.
to a boil.
I mean-
add some more water along with your preferred seasonings.
What is up with this? Why don't I trust this thing?
Lightly fry it in some butter
look like
and then add in
onions.
some mushrooms. It's ready.
Jack-o'-lantern pottage and
Why'd you
sauteed
put it in that
dryad
thing?
potatoes.
Right.
Get rid of the face. It's so creepy.
It's sweet. I love this.
Look it. Do you want to eat out of something that has a head that's
horrifying.
looking at? Yeah, it's very horrifying. How?
Do you think there's any kind of logic to the dungeon changes?
Senshi is quite pleased. They're going out of
My
their way to
body's
be
all
creepy
nice
with the
and
face.
toasty. It's time for me to teach you magic. If you can learn healing and abjuration magic, it'll make things easier.
Can you stop treating me like a child already, Senshi?
You said before that your old man passed away, didn't you? Let's just say the human.
Wrong!
Is he teaching him?
Are you listening?
Senshi's giving Chilchuck the birds and the bees
Come
lesson.
on, do it.
I was like, what is he doing?
The hell?
I thought touching it softly might be kind of weird.
You need to become aware of the mana that flows
Yeah, you have to
within
be
your
like
body.
sensual,
It's
so
like
to
the
speak.
Venus system. Lufelmus,
Lufelmus,
Viraro,
Viralu,
Yulekanto.
Yulikanto.
Wow,
That's why it's itchy.
You actually did it! Good job, Laios! Just go and do it like before.
Oh God, Senshi's
It's makeshift.
topless. Be awkward, or Senshi is.
Did it have to be there?
Healers touch other people more than anyone, and it can lead to some problems. Personal relationships are the main reason parties disband. Honestly, instead of him learning magic, I'd rather he develop good social skills and judge of character.
I wouldn't want
Forgive me
him.
for being so ignorant.
Actually, the ancient magic I've been researching isn't what you think. You need magic that supports vast amounts of power and time, also to create the dungeon itself.
We're getting
At
lessons.
that time, Fallon didn't have the power to recover on her own.
Message.
Another earthquake.
Oh yeah, that's right! It was your first time using magic, so you're likely dealing with mana sickness.
Wouldn't you think that's something you should tell
open or
us?
close my eyes, everything looks so saturated. Am I seeing things?
Please let us
Hearing
die.
things?
We're going up. Is the dragon gonna see us? A cockatrice. Oh my God, a giant cockatrice.
The Cockatrice, with merciless, petrifying venom.
There is a giant snake head tail. The snake is head is as big as the frickin' cockatrice almost.
The birdhead's relying on sight to find us. Whatever you do, don't back down and yell at it nice and strong.
Intimidation.
Ah! Or roar.
Is it gonna do it back?
Roll credits.
I thought they really were ending the episode.
Can't
Roll
do what
credits.
Laios does. How am I supposed to do this?
The magic school's first ever genius, Marcel.
Crap! I made too
They're
much
massive.
noise. Both heads are looking at me now.
Alright. Senshi got the head and both heads. Senshi cut off the
Marcel!
snake head.
That looks like a bite to me.
Yeah, you got it. You got it.
Ah, damn it!
Remove your pants. Pull your arms inward. Cover your ears with your fingers. And close your mouth.
Oh.
I thought this
my
was a
God.
method not to get petrified, you little.
There's a
He
few
was actually
ways.
right.
First is waiting till it just
He was
wears
like
off.
crouching a ball so you don't break.
Petrification's more like a curse.
At the bottom of the pan, place the julienne flower buds and some spices.
Her eyelashes, bro.
Oh,
Soak the
God.
cockatrice meat in a brine and place that in Marcel's lap.
Amazing.
She does seem more stable.
From that point on, Laios and the others worked hard.
Hey, she should have
There
listened.
were
There's the
many
dragon
trials.
How about we
again. Look at Laios.
stick him on?
Viralu. His dome. Am I even pronouncing any of this
I
correctly?
think he's saying them all wrong. Oh, she's good. That was close.
This one was a success too.
Yay!
Boil the meat that you had brine, plate them with the meat.
Now we're gonna eat
and
what she was sitting in
it's
for 4
ready.
days.
No way to tell when we
It's
tried
like
so
kibasi
many.
and sauerkraut.
It'd be nice if it was the spell I cast.
Under the circumstances, there's something I should tell them first. Don't ever use people as a human pickling weight.
So it goes
pickling
with
weight.
dungeon food. Delicious in dungeon.
Love the narrator. All right, everybody, that is it for episode 15 of Delicious in Dungeon, Dryad and Cockatrice. I forgot about the Cockatrice part because the beginning with the Dryad was going on so long. There were these beautiful women, almost like seductrices, that were making out in a garden, and then there are these crazy maniacal-looking flower girls that are unisexual, but they attack us with pointy limbs, trying to stab the shit out of Senshi. They were fighting like a jouster or like a fencer, going nuts. And Senshi was defending them. He is being very protective of Chilchuck, and I said it in the beginning of the episode. Chilchuck is possibly the oldest of all of us besides Senshi. He was trying to have a birds and the bees talk with him at one point. I wasn't sure where it was going. I didn't even think that's where it was going. But he was talking about sex earlier with them and everything. And he's trying to tell Chilchuck, I understand your dad wasn't around, so let me tell you about the birds and the bees. In so many words, that's what he said. Hilarious. There's lots of jokes in this. But we had these weird that's a weird thing I'm doing with my hand. I don't know what I'm trying to say. There were dryads that didn't look like they were fully ripened. And they brought them up several times, but then we did use them to cook. I almost feel like they were going to be something or maybe come up at another time, or maybe it was just to use them at the end to put in a pot so Marcel in her statue form could sit in so she's balanced and not falling over or whatever. That was interesting in itself. I love that Laios was actually right. He's like, take your pants off, go in a crouch position, don't move. And he was right. Marcel moves and immediately turns to stone, and now she's all stretched out with her limbs and could easily break. So we had to be extra careful. We broke her eyebrows off. I don't know if I noticed. I didn't notice because I didn't look, and it happened all so quick. And we didn't have her for a long period of time after that. She was falling because of the rumble of the dungeon and almost broke, but thank God. We don't know who did it, but it was either the Herbs or Senshi doing what he did or Laios chanting the words. But I swear that the words Laios was speaking, at least some of them, were not the way she said them in the beginning, because in the beginning she recited them and he sounded like he was saying sort of what she said, but not exactly. So I don't think it was Laios. It might have been a combination of the three. I don't know if that's important either. All we need to know is she is not a statue anymore. The Cockatrice was awesome. When I saw it, I was like, oh my God, why is there a snake sitting on its back? And then I remembered, I've seen that before, where Cockatrice is almost like a chimera. They're like a mix of different predator type animals. So the snake could see heat, and the Cockatrice has amazing sight beyond that. And why was it mimicking her emotions? Was that just comical or as a joke? Because when she was sitting against the wall, the Cockatrice was mimicking all the emotions she was expressing. I don't know if that was just to be funny or that's another aspect of the Cockatrice, but regardless, she distracts it just long enough for Senshi to cut the head off and beat the living shit out of it with his axe. Chilchuck, the majority of the episode, is saying, I understand you want to teach some of us magic, but like Laios is better at other things. We've said this before too. Laios is definitely better at other things. So I understand being well-rounded and having abilities, because honestly, it did possibly help in this circumstance, being as Marcel is the only magic user, and Laios had to help out with that, possibly, if he did have something to do with it. But he needs more work on things he's better at that will probably aid us in the end battle. So I kind of agree with Chilchuck. I kind of agree with Marcel. Chilchuck is very one-sided, like very not open-minded when it comes to certain things. But if you're a small person like he is, and you're saying that your people were taken by elves because they do magic, I guess I would kind of feel the same way. At the end, Marcel said, please don't use me as a weight to cook your food, which was funny. Pickling, they were like using it to her weight to pickle. We kept seeing the red dragon. They did say at a point that there were other red dragons. So I'm assuming we are just trying to lay low and not have the red dragon see us. But that is probably going to lead to something soon. And I'm going to go edit this up because I'm talking too long. You guys want to see more of what I do? In the description of every video is a link for Patreon. You'll see these in full as far as humanly possible. Finishing up with Shogun. Shogun, I think, has only got 2 episodes left and it's done. I don't know if there's another season. I hope there is, but I feel like it's a one and done miniseries, like I've said before. X-Men 97, hell of a boss, The Shield. We were gonna start Fallout, but now that Chucky Season 3 came out last night, and I did that. That's up there too. Fallout dropped the entire season in one night, and I thought it was going to be a weekly show, and I don't know if I have the time to marathon. We're going to have to see on that one. But there's thousands of other movies and shows, Jackie Chan movies, Peaky Blinders, Doctor Who, Person of Interest, My Hero Academia, Bleach, and Toriko. In the description, full unedited, everything seasons ahead of what you're seeing on YouTube. If not, comments down below, like and subscribe, and I'll see you guys on the next one. Peace!